In this video, we are going to work on the lab on the Docker images. So we have 15 questions. The first question is how many images are available on the host. So for that, we will run a command Docker images. Okay, so here we can count how many are there. 3, 6, 9. 9 images are there. So let me click on this. Okay, this is correct. Now, what is the size of Ubuntu image? So here it is an Ubuntu image. They are asking the size. So here you can see it is 78 MB. The third question, we just pulled a new image. What is the tag on the newly pulled Nginx image? Okay, tag on the newly pulled Nginx image. So let's run this command once again. Okay, so here you can see there is an Nginx. Okay, Nginx are already there. So what is the tag on the newly pulled? Okay, so there are two Nginx images and both are 10. Okay, newly pulled. There is one more one. It is 6 years ago. It is created. Okay, this is Alpine and latest. Okay, so just take the hint. Run the Docker images command and look at the tag column. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let me clear this. I will run the same command and I will just filter only Nginx so that I can easily compare. So there are three images of that. This is old, these two are old, and which one? So it can be either Alpine or latest. So let's see Alpine or latest 1.1. Now they are asking about what is the tag 1.14. Okay, so I'm just checking. This should be the correct answer because I don't see any other option here. So it can be either Alpine latest or this one. So I can see this one. I don't see any of them matching with these tags. So let me click on this. Okay, this is correct. Now the question number four, we have just downloaded the code of an application. What is the base image used in the Docker file? Okay, inspect the Docker file in web app color directory. We have downloaded a code of an application. What is the base image used in Docker file? Okay, Docker file of web app color directory. So let's take a hint. Okay, you can either open the file using this or using the commands and look from the instruction. Okay, so there is a folder web app directory. So let me clear this. So let's see what is the current directory. It is root, and here there is a directory called web app. I can just do ls-ld or ls-l. There is a web app color directory. So let's go inside it. Okay, inside that there is a Docker file. Now they are referring to a Docker file. Let's cat and then see what is the content of Docker files. Okay, what is the base image used in Docker file? The base image is Python 3.6. I think this should be the correct answer. Okay, to what location within the container is application code copied to during Docker build? Okay, so here there is a copy command. It is copied from current directory to the /opt directory. And this directory should be inside the Docker container. During Docker build, okay, same thing. So it should be /opt. Okay, when a container is created using an image built with this Docker file, what is the command used to run the application inside it? Okay, the command used is python space app.py. This is the entry point. So it is python space app.py. Okay. What port is a web application run within the container? Inspect the Docker file in web app color directory. What port is a web application? Okay, so this is the port that is exposed. So this is the port on which the web application should be running. That is 8080. So question 8, build a Docker image using Docker file and name it webapp-color. Okay, we need to build a Docker image using Docker file and we need to name this. No tag to be specified. Okay, so using this Docker file, we have to build a image or create an image. So let me clear this first. So let me just check the Docker images which we have currently. So these are the images which are already present. Now on the top of that, we have to create one more image called webapp-color based on this Docker file. Okay, so let's take the hint. So the command is docker space build -t and then name of the image to be created and dot. So this is where your Docker file will be there. So this is the current directory. Okay, here we have this Docker file. Now let's run this command docker space build space -t web app. It should be web app color space dot. Dot means the current directory. Okay, now the image is getting built. So here now the new image will be created and the name of this image will be web app color. So let's see. Let's wait for the build to be completed. So here in this process, we are creating an image from the Docker file. So here AI assistant option is there, but we have not taken it yet. But whenever we are stuck, we'll be using the AI assistant. Okay, still it is in progress. So here you can see the files are getting copied and it is getting exposed in this port. This is your work directory /opt is a work directory in the container. And here the entry point, now the program is going to run. Okay, the python space app.py is run. Okay, the image is created. So, okay, so let's now run docker space images and we should be able to see the newly created image. Okay, so the created image is this one. As you can see, it was created just 20 seconds ago and the size is 913 MB. Okay, so let's go to the task, click on check. Okay, it is successful. Next, let's see the question 9. Run an instance of image web app color and publish it at port 8080 on the container to the 8082 on the host. Okay, so here let's take the hint. So let me clear this first. So here we are saying docker run -p. First we need to mention the host port. Host port is 8282 colon. The container port is 8080. 8082 host port versus colon container port. And the name of the image. Okay, the image is webapp-color. Webapp-color. Okay, now the container is running. So basically in the image, the code is not run, but here when you're running, creating a container, it is the run version of the code. Okay, so here you can see this is a link that is created. After that, Python space app.py is run. And here you can see the container port is shown. Now let me just click on it. Okay, it is successful. Let me go to the next question. That is question number 10. Access the application by clicking manually, sorry, on the tab named host colon 8282 above your terminal. After you are done, you may stop running the container by using Ctrl C if you wish to. So just let's click on this host 8282. So here you can see something is running. So this is some small application. Now since we are done, first let me click on OK. Okay, now I will just click on Ctrl C and I'll clear the screen. Okay, now what is the base operating system used by Python 3.6 image? If required, run the instance of the image to figure it out. Okay, let's take the hint. Docker run 3.6 cat. Okay, got it. So basically what we are saying is we want to run this and then check what is inside it. By running this, we can know the base OS. Okay, used by image. So let me first check the images which we have, Docker space images. So here there is an image called Python 3.6. Somewhere it should be there. Yes, the Python 3.6. This is the name of the image colon tag. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to run some command inside that container to see what is the OS. Okay. So for that, Docker space run and name of the image Python colon tag, that is 3.6 space cat. Here we are writing the command and this command is run inside the container, this one, the container created by this image. Okay, release asterisk. Okay, so here you can see these are the containers of this, contents of this container. And here we can see it is Debian Linux. Okay, so let's see what options are given. It is Debian. Okay, now question 12. What is the approximate size of web app color image? So web app color image approximate size is 930. So approximate is around 920. Okay, what that's really big for Docker image. Docker images are supposed to be small and lightweight. Let's try to trim it down. So here this size is big because here we are just running Python, and for running Python you will require almost like 1 GB of image size. Okay, so let's trim it down. So here there is no action to be performed. Here it is just the information. Let me click on OK. Okay. Now build a new smaller Docker image by modifying the same Docker file and name it web app color and add a tag light. Okay. Hint, find the smaller base image for Python 3.6. Make sure your final image is less than 150 MB. So we need to find the smaller base image and then modify the Docker file to include that base image. Okay. So let's take the hint here. So in the web app color directory, run ls-l and modify to use Alpine image. Okay, so here Python 3.6, the size is 902. So here we can use the Alpine image. So Alpine image, the size is less. So you can see it is 7.79 something. Okay, so we are already in that web app folder. Let me clear this first. If you see web app folder, and here we can see the Docker file, and okay, we modify this one to use the Alpine. So let me just show you the Docker images first. So here the Alpine is the smallest one, like it's a very small. Okay, so Okay, let's give a try. So I will just modify this Docker file. So here instead of Python 3.6, what I will do is, okay, I need to note the name. The name is Alpine colon latest. Anything else we have? No. So let's give it a try. Alpine colon latest. I'm saving it. Now using this, I'm going to build another image, and the name of that other image will be, the name will be same, but the image tag will be light. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll say Docker space build hyphen t web app hyphen color colon light. Light is a tag here. Space dot. It will be taking Docker file from the current directory. That is this directory. That is web app hyphen color directory. Let's see. Okay, it is giving some error. Let's see. Docker space build space hyphen t web app hyphen color light. Okay, it looks good. What happened? Docker build hyphen t web app hyphen color colon light space dot. Okay, let's see what happened here. Unknown start and flag t. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me write again hyphen t. Okay, now it is no. I still got the error. Okay, let me clear this first and run docker space build space hyphen t web app color colon light space dot. Okay, now it is happening. So it is saying pip not found. So it means that the image we are using doesn't contain pip, which is required for installing the Flask. So it means that we are stuck. Okay, so now it's a time we can use AI here. So if this is not the correct one, anything else we have Python 3.6. So whatever image we will use, the two conditions are there. First condition is the size should be small. Second condition is it should have the basic libraries like pip, etc. So let me clear this first. Now let me ask the AI assistant. In this lab, how to find the Python OS image. Okay, did not listen properly. Let me try. Find the smallest Python OS image. Okay, I can see you already installed Docker Python. Docker images Python. To find the image specifically, look for the repository name Python in the list. 0.6. And this indicates the Python 3.6 is available. You can use images filter. But the problem here is the size is more. That is 902 MB. The problem is the size of this Python image is more. The size should be less than 150 MB. Okay, I think that is what is mentioned here. Find a smaller base image. Make sure the final image is less than 150. Okay, let's see what AI says. I've checked the result. Looks like hasn't been created. I can see you tried to build, but there is an error. Specifically, pip was not found. The image you are using your base. This means that run pip install Flask command couldn't exist successfully. That is right. To fix this, you need to install pip in your Docker file before attempting to use it. You can do this by adding a command run apk add, okay, for Alpine Linux. for Debian before you pip install Linux. Okay, so it means that since pip is not coming as a part of Alpine, we have to do some changes to the Docker file. Let's give it a try. Okay, so vi Docker file here. Before running this, I need to have run APK because it is Alpine. So I'll just copy this. I will insert one line here. Okay, so first pip will be installed and then this one. Okay, now let me try the same build command. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. Yes, it is installing now. First APK is the pip will be installed and then it will try to install remaining libraries. Okay, so externally managed environment. Okay, let me just give this to AI and maybe it will help fix the issue. Let's see what happens. Okay, I have changed pi-pip to pi3-pip and added the Python. Okay, so it means that the earlier one it has suggested it's not correct. So here add no cache pi3-pip space Python. Python is also getting installed because that is also required because here we are writing Python space app.py pip3. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me copy this entire thing and then replace this. So what I'll do is I will go to the first line, delete everything, insert, paste everything, and then save and exit. Okay, now let me build it again. Okay, see here Python is also installed. Okay, good. Pip is getting installed. Oh, again we face the issue. Let me ask, what is the issue? What is the issue? Let's see what happens here. Okay, so the issue is caused by Alpine's Linux new security feature, which prevents installing use a break package with pip to override the restriction. Okay, or better yet, install Flask inside virtual environment to keep the Python. Okay, I will not use virtual environment. Let me use this one. So what I'll do, I'll just open the Docker file again and mm, Flask. So I will delete this line. I will insert this line. Now let's see what happens. Let me build it again. Okay, something is happening. This is okay. We are running on root. Copying is happening. Running. Good. Okay. So it means that the image is successfully built. So the name of image is web app color and the tag is light. So let me just check Docker space images. Okay. Web app light. You can see the size is less than 150 MB, 79.9 MB. Okay. So let me see if this is correct. The name should be this and the height should be, yes, it is correct. Now let's go to the last question. Run the instance of new image and publish the port. Okay, the first is host port, then container port. So this is the command we need to run. Docker space run hyphen p. First is host port. The host port is 8080. Sorry, did we miss anything? And publish port on the container to host. So host is 8383. Okay, 8383 colon. The container port is 8080. 8080 space name of the image web app hyphen color colon light. Light is a tag. Okay, so you can see it here it is running, and then it is running on that port 8383. So you can just click here. Something should be running. Okay, it's still loading. So in the meantime, since the requirement is met, here the requirement is this. Let me just check. Okay, it is successful. Now let's click on this. This finishes the lab. So in this lab, what we have seen is we have done various operations related to image. We have created like modified the Docker file, and then based on that we have created the built the image, and using that built image we have also created a container or run it as a container, and we have also created a light image by making some modification to the Docker file. So here we have taken the help of AI to troubleshoot the issue that we faced during the process of this lab. Thank you.